Okay, hello everybody. Let's check this out, if the stream is working. Let's check. Yep, looks like we're live. Cool. So, howdy, everyone. Today we will chat about a few different topics. The first one would be an MVP problem that I want to emphasize. And I was planning to make a video about that, but looks like today it's a great day to talk about why MVP is dead. Second topic would be about an AI and how right now different companies utilizing the AI advantage and how you can do the same things basically. Hey, and next topic would be about a micro SaaS. Basically, it's related to the second topic regarding the AI, but we will combine AI and micro SaaS. And our last topic would be Q&A. So feel free to good morning. So the last topic would be about your questions that you asked me on Telegram, YouTube. I will go through your comments. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, I'd like to start from very interesting idea that I find out, and I see this quite often from my business operations and from what's going on the basically field of businesses, that MVP concept, create some kind of a minimum viable product to go live, or create some kind of a landing page, grab an emails, is dead. And we are in a new era where if you want to create some kind of a SaaS startup, you have to build something from scratch, but it has to be a legit solution. What I mean by legit, it's the best example. Some of you may know a tool which called Jira from Atlassian. This tool is allowing you to communicate with your software development team, create a box, Kanban boards, and many other things. But developers, as you know, hate Jira. So if you're a software developer and if you've been working with Jira, you probably hate this solution because it's overcomplicated. From a project management point of view, it's a great tool because you can do a lot of things, you can manage a lot of things. By the way, do not forget to like these translations to motivate me make more. Thanks. So if you're a software developer, you hate Jira. That's why one company come up with the solution which called linear. I'm not sure which is the correct way to pronounce this thing. And they are saying that okay, if you're a software developer and you hate Jira, we will provide to you a solution that only focused on bug tracking, and it's have association with GitHub issues, which create a significant boost to software developers who say yep, so I'm ready to chat with my QA, but in some kind of a manner that I like. And this solution, it's not some kind of a simple MVP where you can create a Kanban board and basically that's it. No, it's pretty much big and huge solution, which solves a real problem of software developers who hate basically Jira. But you still have to have a tool where you will communicate with your QA, with your customers, and all these kind of things, where you can create a GitHub issues, they would be associated with you, and so on and so forth. So, which leads us to a very interesting thing, that MVP, as the concept, as we knew it before, is dead. And another problem that I see in the market right now, it's how many people are trying to create an MVP using an existing solution and services, some kind of yet another Uber clone, with all respect. I know maybe in your country, Uber is not so popular, or you do not have an Uber, and you may think that you will create an MVP. Unfortunately, this doesn't work like that. So right now, I would say 90-95% of market is already filled by your competitors. And once again, do not forget, competitors your friend. So if market is ready to pay to your competitor, then they would be ready to pay to you also. Do not afraid our competitors. But another problem with MVP, it's that you have to invest a lot of money and a lot of your resources to make these things happen, basically. And it's a very interesting thing that many people are underestimating when they're planning to start a business. It's okay, I will run an MVP. It should be some kind of a simple solution. No, it's not. Today, it doesn't work like that. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And this light, it's AI tools that are I would say creating a huge hype, but it's a reasonable hype. And these AI tools allowing you to still be able to create an MVP with tiny and minimum resources. So what I'm talking about, I'll explain. Right now, probably you heard about a tool which called Grok. This tool is allowing you to create your own AI phone call assistant that are able to call to your leads and chat with them. So basically, in a nutshell, this is a tool that it's like a AI phone caller that can communicate with your customers. And this is a huge progress. But the devil's always in the details, because you have to find a proper LLM, because if you will use a ChatGPT, you will pay an arm and a leg. If you use another LLMs, they might be too slow. So your prompt comments with some of your agents on the background may not be read it immediately. So your customer will try to communicate with your AI phone call bot, and it would be a huge delay between these responses. So you need to test these tools and find proper tools for your specific case, niche, and all these things matters. Anyway, that's why it leads us to a very, very interesting thing that was underestimated. But right now, it's a huge opportunity to run and create your own AI agents to optimize any kind of routine. And according to big investment funds reports, they are seeing a huge opportunity into different LLMs. They're calling it like LLM, but anyway, we're calling them AI agents right now for back office. What does it mean? It means that many business operations in many companies, especially enterprise companies and even small companies, are still happening with manual routine. So somewhere on the background, a person receiving an email from their customer, and it's they doing identifications. Is this like an email positive or negative, and what kind of response they should do? It's not only about emails, it's about all these back office, what they have on the background. And right now, it's a huge opportunity for young entrepreneurs to start business in these areas and start the optimization of those processes using tools as I mentioned before, like AI agents, AI for calls, basically anything, different LLM models. Anyway, one of the really cool examples that I find out, it's optimizing sales process for info marketing. It's right now, it's an interesting statistic. Not so interesting, but it's just a statistic about that you have to make at least like a 12 touches with your audience until they will make a decision to purchase your product. And half of these touches basically manual things. So like they will respond, they will ask questions, and previously you have to have a sales team that will answer these questions manually. But right now you can receive an email from your customer. You can create a let's say with your agents, AI agents, stories, how to answer these emails. And on the background, your LLM reading these instructions can create an answer to your customers using a knowledge base of how to do the sales in your specific company, which significantly reduce customers' expenditures on sales team. Yes, we cannot replace right now salesperson, but we can replace this like a manual routine, which to be honest everyone hates to do uh, right now. So um, one of the also things that I'd like to highlight, I've already talked about this on Telegram. By the way, do not forget to subscribe to my Telegram channel. It's tools like Devin, which can write code for you and which can optimize software development routine. Right now, we are at the beginning of this era. I'm not sure how fast we will move forward, but I'm pretty sure that during the next year or so, we would see a huge progress out there. Devon still won't be able to create like some kind of like a real legit Uber app for you. No, it's not gonna do that. But some kind of like a simplified, let's say, to-do list or yet another Kanban board, specifically polished for you, it would be able to do. So you will ask like, okay, Devon, please create some kind of like notepad tool similar to what we have on Mac, but I'd like to have some kind of notifications and other kind of things. And 90% of this code, I'm pretty sure Devon and similar tools would be able to do. But still, 10%, it would be you will hire a software developer who will deploy these tools and do all the rest of the magic. Anyway, this approach will significantly reduce time for standardized apps if you need them for your personal usage, or you'd like to test some kind of like business ideas and these kind of things. It would be a huge game changer in this industry. I'm not sure about like creating something new from scratch for these tools. I'm sure it would be still a big challenge for these models, unless we will receive some kind of like a huge innovations with the LLM. But I'm not so optimistic about that in the next like 5 years. Maybe within 5 years we will receive something, but not early. Anyway, so one of the things regarding those innovations that I'd like to highlight, it's there are so many AI tools that coming live. That it's your golden opportunity to start working with these tools, to be honest, and create your own AI tools, because it's not so complicated. It's pretty much easy. And referring back to the MVP approach, you can do this super easily. It's super easy, straightforward. Even if you do not know how to code, just run a few commands in command line and ask ChatGPT how to deploy your code to AWS. It's not a big deal. But anyway. And last point that I want to touch today, it's micro SaaS, because micro SaaS, it's things what these companies are doing with these AI LLM models, let's call it like that. And here's an interesting thing. 90% of these companies out there which are creating those micro SaaS. They just using an existing LLMs on the background, create a wrapper about some kind of problem, adding like a, I don't know, some kind of like a long chain knowledge database on the background, adding some kind of like agents with their own instructions, and they are giving you this solution for your specific niche or for your specific business. I found a really interesting tool which called like AIsetters.com. These guys are providing some kind of an automation for video or phone calls, and they are providing a tool that can automate your phone calls. And they are charging 5K only for set up their solution, and something about like from 1 to 2K per month to maintain the solution, which open huge opportunities to young entrepreneurs that can, to be honest, you do not even need to learn code in this case to create similar microsas. You just need to find a niche problem and using an existing tools and services, create a solution for that. It's so simple. So this is what I'd like to tell you today about these tools. Feel free to ask your questions on YouTube. By the way, Brown Man, please repeat your questions, because I don't know why YouTube just removed them. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, let's go to a Telegram and check your questions. So what do we have here? So first question was about like a espionage and counter-espionage. Okay, cool. That's interesting. That's about, I would say, probably if you're working in some kind of like an enterprise area, it might be reasonable for you. But I would say that 95% of all these things can be found on the internet, like just a simple OSINT, and you would be able to understand how this or that specific tool is working and what kind of things on the background. It's like when you copy some solution, you just need to play with it, understand how it works, and copy, repeat. That's it. We are not in the area where it's like I don't know, you're not creating a ballistic missiles where you have to spend 10 years to create something legit and something that will fly, at least. You are in the new area where you can create something really, really fast, repeat, and go again and again and again. Next, software development, how to. Yeah, so as I said, today you just need to find an area with the problem, with back office problem, SEO, email optimization, any kind of routine. And after that, just create your AI micro SaaS solution to solve this problem. This is probably the best way. By the way, I will, over the next month or so, I will create a solution for your micro SaaS that you would be able to use, because I see that market is still struggling with some kind of like a micro SaaS from the box without like a bells and whistles. Just take it, use it, and make money. Anyway, next, guidance on non-profit website development and SEO optimization. It's an interesting question, and if we're talking about SEO optimization, I'm pretty sure that some AI tools will allow you to do this from the box already. In terms of non-profit website development, similar as the standard website, you can use like a no-code tools if you're talking about landing pages. If you're talking about some kind of like a bit more complex solution, probably WordPress, maybe some kind of custom coding if you need something more advanced. But if you're talking about SEO, probably WordPress still would be the best solution for you, because with custom coding, it's a lot of tricky things on the background to make SEO work properly. Anyway, keep in mind that. Next, I want to build an app, cryptocurrency exchange, and one transaction in my country. How to? This is a good question, and you're trying to create some huge monster from day one, because cryptocurrency exchange, it's not something small. You need to work with fiat money, and you need to have a banks that would be able to operate your crypto transactions on the background. You have to pass regularity things and so on and so forth. So, or like some banks are using like peer-to-peer transactions to work with crypto. It's a tricky question. You need to ask your lawyers about that. And this is the first part. And second part, crypto exchange, it's a big business, and you have to have huge investments to do that. So like at least $200,000, like that, because otherwise it's not gonna fly. You cannot do this solution with 10 grand or something like that. This is not this type of business. Okay, next, what do we have here? How can we benefit from SaaS? As I said earlier, your SaaS, it's a problem-solving solution. So if you're creating something that solves user problems, and especially right now with AI, it's you can't even imagine how many chats I have with my customers, and everyone is talking about AI because they also see an opportunity. Because look, Chat GPT, what ChatGPT does, it breaks the wall. Because previously AI was something like a super expensive, not understandable, it's for geeks or for enterprise companies. But right now everyone is feeling that they can be involved and they can get a part of this pie with AI. And that's why your job, if you want to create a SaaS, find how AI tools and services can solve your customer problem, legit problem, and then create a solution for your customers. And don't forget to repeat, because you may not be successful from the first attempt, but if you will make a second attempt, third, fourth, fifth, you would be able to create different SaaS solutions, and some of them would be successful, some of them not. It's the same thing and same business logic like job interview. So you have to pass 100 job interviews to receive a one really great legit offer. Same thing when you're pitching your startup and you're planning to raise funds. Same thing when you're planning to sell your business, and so on and so forth. Okay. Next, let me check your questions. Okay, I would love to expand on the concept of unfair advantage, aka based on all your projects, what learnings can you share about how this impacts the early development of a company? What performance difference in teams that had one versus those who didn't? It's a great question. Thank you. So here's an interesting thing. We have basically two things that you have to keep in mind. First, when you're planning to run a business, probably you know some problem that you wanted to solve, because business without a problem is not a business. It's just like your imagination. And when we're talking about unfair advantage, this is the tool that solve specific problem in the best way. In the first attempt, sometimes you are not able to solve this problem in the best way. I will give an example. For some of our companies that we managed to do the software development, we created just like I'll give an example, basic CRM system for tax advisors, where they can upload their clients' documents and so on and so forth. Then we find out that we need to polish that and create some kind of calculations on the background that will reduce their manual work routine. Then we find out that we have to add some AI tool that can do invoice image recognition, so it will reduce, once again, their standardized operations. That's why product market fit, it's not something that you can achieve within one day like that. It's something what you are showing to the market respond, and you as the business owner have to communicate with your customer on a daily basis. So I'm doing exactly the same thing in my business. I have a lot of chats with my customers because I need to know what kind of problems are they facing, how we can solve them in a better way. The same thing in your business. You need to understand, okay, so if I think that this solution is legit, I just have to show it to the market. And that's why we are referring to an MVP. So just create something simple, fast, and ship this solution to the market. And then chat with your customers. Ask them like, is this good enough? Is this bad? Are you using this tool? It's the same thing what uh, we faced at the beginning of our career when we started software development journey. As I mentioned in one of my videos, it's like when you're creating solutions, sometimes like a customer will not use it as you expect it to use. This was referred to a um, online webinar course platform that we created. And customers spent 90% of their time only watching videos. Sometimes they were asking how to download the video, how to listen only the audio, and so on and so forth. So we created a solution for them. Was it a product market fit? Yes, because they started using this solution. But was it perfect? No. We polished it until it shines during our journey. So you have to do the same things. Next, same. Can you elaborate from your experience on the famous startup advice? Do things that don't scale? It seems counterintuitive when building software that it's made to scale, but it's all about winning the first loving users. How does that look in practice based on your experience? Good question. As I mentioned before, it's not your startup. It's not about scaling. It's about problem solving. Because when you're solving a specific problem, you diving deeper. You're asking your customers, okay, so you're using this tool. Is this good enough? Is this legit? What kind of things, tools we can optimize, adopt, make it better to make it working, basically. And scaling of your startup starts only at the stage when you are have already proven concept, basically. When you can, when you have enough cash flow to add some new ideas. Because basically you always start from something simple, something straightforward. It's like, let's do this or that to test it. Is this like a real tool, or it's like legit, or it's like just my imagination? Nobody knows. That's why creating a startup, it's not about scaling things. It's about diving deeper into one specific problem. And if this problem, by the way, very interesting insight, is solving customer pains, maybe you shouldn't scale it. Maybe it's just good enough. And maybe your startup will survive during the next 2-5 years and then will die. But you will invest zero into this startup and you only will make a profit from it. Is this a legit strategy? I don't know. For some of you who want to make a cash cow, it's a pretty good strategy. You just created some one solution, release it to the market, and that's it. And say like, I'm done. I'm not gonna scale it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just saying like, it's good enough. If you want it, you buy it. That's it. I'm good only to help you and support. That's it. So this leads us to a very interesting question, or that you have to keep in mind. That, not question, philosophy. Your startup, it's a problem-solving tool. Always. One problem at a time, and then scaling if you want. If you want to sell your startup, then you probably have to add more blocks and modules. If you want just creating some kind of like a cash cow, it's still legit. Third question. Any favorite new AI tools that blew your mind recently? Would love to hear about those discoveries. Here's an interesting thing. I cannot say that something blew my mind. To be honest, I would say that most of AI tools that come up recently, they are just creating a big puzzle that we can use. I would say probably the first was LangChain, or you can use LangFlow, for example, where you can, using an AI and LLM model, communicate with databases, with knowledge databases, let's call it like that. Then I found a huge value into agents, AI agents, which require a good prompting. So like you have to become a prompt engineer. Otherwise, your AI agents will produce like a robotic nonsense. And this was a second tool that I was really amazed. And the third tool, it's those AI agents that can do calling, but it's the same agents. Um, I would say that you have to uh, check what's going on the market, because in each and every AI solution that's going out there, I do understand how they works in the background. And it's like, okay, so they're using this, and that. Can you replicate that? Yes, like that. It's not a big deal. It's just amount of time and effort that you have to invest into these things and tools. And with AI, I would say that you need to understand fundamental things, how it works in terms of like what is LLM, what kind of LLMs are in the market, what is a potential thing about AI with memory, let's call it like that, how it will work, how it will affect the market. What is, once again, AI agents? What kind of other third-party fundamental things, tools, and services that are working on the background that you can use, combine, optimize, and do all these manipulations. Same things like Midjourney, what's about with image generation process, and so on. So I would say that do not. No, of course, you have to check what's new on the market, but at the same time, it's better for you if you will understand the fundamental things about AI, and then you will see another AI caller, and you'll say like, "Yep, I do understand." Okay, what's on the background? AI agents, LangFlow, some kind of like a third-party tools like Twilio, and some kind of like a cheap LLM, because they will pay an arm and a leg if they will use a chat GPT. Just give it a try, because and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's check YouTube if there are some comments. By the way, feel free to ask your questions in YouTube chat. I'm happy to answer them. Let's go to YouTube. Okay, let's design a web asking, can we use Webflow to build SaaS? Yes and no. Here's an interesting thing. Webflow, it's a legit tool, because they are well funded. They receive, I think, 330 millions on their last round or something like that, which leads us to a very interesting conclusion that it's a legit tool. But I would say if I would start a SaaS, I would build some kind of like a super simplified SaaS without Webflow, because those no-code tools are still require a lot of deep understanding of all these kind of things, tools, how they work, database connections, JSON files, webhooks, and so on and so forth. So like if you are new in this market, it will blow your mind, to be honest. And that's why it's better to find like a ready-to-go solution. And once again, I will repeat, I will present one of these solutions maybe within the next month or so. With the Webflow, you can create basic solutions, like some kind of like a wrappers, landing pages. It's a perfect tool for that. True. Uh, Bernard Schoen, is marketing ever given skills to have? Okay, so uh, you have to learn sales and marketing, guys, because without that, you won't be able to even create your landing page. Because no, of course, you can copy some kind of like a tools. Okay, so I see that people are adding testimonials from their previous clients, or I see that some kind of like a text, but you need to understand what is this text all about. What kind of hook do they have? So I would say one of the most critical thing, it's how to create a hooks, sales and marketing, especially copywriting, how to write text that sells, because without that, it would be hard to sell. And of course, philosophy of sales processes, how to do sales, how to communicate with person, because you may jump into a B2B area and you have to communicate directly with people, even with your boss. So it's like about how you will create the communication, what kind of fundamental things you can create when you do your own pitch. It's not only about like a pitch when you're raising funds, it's about pitch when you're asking for promotion also. So um Feijan, I really want to dive deep into Hugging Face. Lots of great stuff, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. It's a great tool, and this is one of those SaaS ideas that when you are into this area, you see, okay, so there are so many AI tools. Can we create something like a marketplace for these tools? And Hugging Face just did that. They said like, okay, everyone who have some kind of AI, please welcome. Please create your AI tool on our platform and give your customers an opportunity to play with these tools. And it's a great opportunity for your customers, basically. So exactly, this is a absolutely incredible tool, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Okay, so Webflow and member stack is a SaaS tech stack. Not sure that I understand what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah. So guys, good stuff. I was building an example for video on demand platform. Yeah. So with video, it's a really interesting thing when they will release these tools for creating with prompts real videos. I'm sure it would be a next big thing, because I'm pretty sure that many movie making companies would be able to use these tools and for their production, and many companies will start making video clips for their songs and so on and so forth. It would be a huge game changer. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching this stream. Do not forget to like, subscribe to my Telegram, and yep, feel free to shoot your comments. Maybe I didn't touch some points like this video. And yes, see you next time. Thank you everyone very much for being with me today. I hope to make those kind of streams every 2 weeks. Let's see how it goes. So, yep, thank you everybody very much. See you guys.